is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, closet swing traders? Hope you had a fantastic evening. We've made it all the way to the end of the week somehow, some way, but we got here. It's DJ Dan on Friday. Yeah, I'm every other Friday, so every other Friday. So probably, the schedule's been a little crazy just because there was a lot of people in Croatia and then some other things. So I think next week we start getting back to normal, but yeah, normally every other Friday. So, but what is up? What's happening? We got Albert in the house. Tony, good morning. Tanya, hope everything is well. Hector, man, I want to hang out with Hector again because like morning time's the best time to hang out with Hector. He got good coffee in the morning. He does. Just saying. We got Joe in the house. What's up, Joe? We got Matt. Good morning. YouTube, we got Paul. Hope all is well in YouTube land. Let's dig into this. Let's get into it. Little bit of a gap up on the SPY itself from the close of yesterday. That being said, we did give a lot back. So far, we did have, I believe, Jerome Powell speaking at 8:45. Somebody let me know in Slack. I thought he was done for the week. Give that guy a break. Put him on like a retirement list or something real quick. Give him something, vacation or something. But yeah, he came in somewhere around 8:45, which is roughly here. To start speaking. So somewhere in this zone, I can't really say that this is exactly because of him. We've been just trading sideways for a decent amount. He needs to give us a break. Fair point. So we've been trading sideways for a little bit, and then we started to drop down. From the headlines, at least, of what I saw that he said, it looks like he went to the it was pretty much the Jerome Powell greatest hits. It was the same exact stuff from the last time we spoke, Wednesday or whatever, that they're trying. His goal is to get things to 2% and all that stuff. So you just pretty much tried to give the people what they wanted. It worked last time, but not so much now. You're not getting a follow through rally. He was really trying to break it out of consolidation there in a positive direction. It went a little sour on him. That being said, if we pull up TradingView, he's 60. He's 69. No retirement for Jerome. I don't know. If he comes out, starts rocking the markets, then yeah, no, he doesn't. Maybe he wants to retire. He just, because if he came out and crushed it every single time, nobody would let him leave. So in terms of the SPY itself, what's the age of retirement? It goes. There's like different levels pretty much of when people retire. It depends on how your pre-retirement went, but for the most of us, it's just coughing. We just work till death do us part, pretty much. I think the age is 65, I believe. But then you don't also get, I think they changed Social Security to now you only get benefits at 67, and then some of the IRA type setups, or it could even be 70, things like that. So they just keep moving that goalpost for us. It depends if we have a labor shortage or not. That's pretty much it. My plan: create a life you don't want to retire from. I love it. Yep. So, if you never work, you can't retire technically. So here's a VPOC from yesterday on the SPY. 365.29 in that zone. Right now we are just, even though we faded pre-market, we're just into honestly a little bit of area of support. We did start to look to break out of that yesterday. We were not able to do it after that initial drop into it. So we tried here once, we tried there twice, we could not break it. We did do that after hours, and we're kind of just coming in. This could be a retest. If not, and we do fade, I'd be looking probably for about 365, I don't know, 29.30, something like that. Somewhere in that range for a potential reversal. That should be the spot to bounce. That would be your most ideal. It doesn't mean it's going to work and stay in that zone, but that would give you the spot for the best risk to reward. You probably have some kind of stop, maybe low of the day yesterday, 362. Hop on in around, I don't know if you can get the 365.33 would be tremendous. And then if that does bounce there and that's your spot, we are above the hourly 10 EMA. We do have targets up to 372.25. I believe, Falco, just correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe, or Thomas, today is triple witching day. And if that's the case, we might just chop for a lot of it, and most of the moves might come. Matt says, yep, okay. So triple quad, same thing. Yep. So you're gonna get some option movement in the market, and we might see a little volatility at I don't know. For me, I haven't seen that much volatility at open on these days as compared to what it used to be. But at the very end of the day, I've seen a lot more. So we'll see how it goes. But the interim, the meantime, I think we might have a little slower day. Jennifer Lovell, good morning. We got Craig Bevins, good morning. Jay, good morning, man. All my YouTube friends are here. Oof. All right. Qs, very similar picture. So we are above the 10 EMA. So at least we have a little bit. I want to lean more bullish than bearish, if anything. But I'd be watching this spot very closely. If we do get a break, we had the last highest volume in that spot. So if we get a break, I might fall into a trap. We'll see what happens. 275.90 would be the highs. Your best location to go long, if you could get it, roughly about 271.49-ish. Even if you're just taking that as a trade, I'd probably throw my stops low of the day yesterday. That would be a spot to me that would tell me I'm just dead wrong on my trade. And maybe start looking for shorts at that point. But really, you should probably know sooner if we start closing back below that 271.45. I think our trade would be in trouble, and we get to move our stops up a little bit, ideally, something like that. So we'll see. We'll see if the market wants to fade down. Again, lots of volume in this range yesterday, so we have a reason to believe there could be a little bit of support, at least for today, in a potential bullish move. Let's take a look at some of the other stocks. We'll start with AMD. See if any of these bad boys qualify for a 10 EMA. And AMD will, again, unless a magic fairy unicorn comes in and blesses it with some pixie dust, I don't think AMD is going to qualify within the next 20 minutes. AMD, though, if we get, so here's our downtrend on AMD. Let's do a quick downtrend and just get an idea of direction. I would say that's probably our initial downtrend. This is probably the retest. We did have some bullish interest. We are getting to a level where it's the little chutes and ladders game. So bulls trying to take that ladder, but we are very close to the top of that chute just to have a bigger drop off on AMD. So this is kind of the area that needs to hold. Doesn't mean it has to, but yeah, if I was a bull, you pretty much want this one to hold. That being said, maybe we get a little dip into 82.08 zone. And an alert 82.07. So somewhere in that zone would probably be, again, just the best spot to look for entry, but we're not too far off of it for now. 10 EMA not going to qualify, at least not yet. Amazon looks like it is currently inside day as well. Amazon, I feel like, has been having some weird moves. I don't know. It's been strange. You get a whole bunch of nothing one day and then just random explosion of price to almost $3-4. Very weird. Do you switch between 15-minute and 1 hour timeframes looking for VPOX? No, for the most part, like especially during active hours, I'm typically leaving it on the hourly chart. For the most part. But the VPOX should be roughly the same. 103.16. 103 on this lower level. Yeah, so it's a slight difference between the two. I think that probably has to do with after hours, maybe. But yeah, somewhere in that zone. Either way, I'd be looking for roughly, yeah. I just think we're kind of in the middle of things. So if you want to go long, 102.93. If you want to attempt a short, probably 103.71. Once you start closing past that, you're probably looking at maybe 106.19, something like that. Yeah, I don't know. I just have it on the 15-minute today, doing some 15-minute work. Mainly because I think we sold pretty much most of yesterday. The other thing we could do too is we could actually draw some fibs from, I would say, the high of yesterday, but really this is where this move started. So even if we were to draw a fib, so let's say on Tesla, because we didn't really have any type of bounce, we just gapped down and just ran straight. In thinking, and in a trading view, I always do this incorrectly first, but let's see if I do it correct. All right, nailed it. No, I promise every single time the first move, trading view, I get it right all the time. This one, I just psych myself out, I think. All right. So if we get some kind of a crazy move, just to retest even a 50% retracement, that would take us somewhere to 666.85. So the devil's home address, that would be a good spot for if we get some kind of a crazier bounce, takes us almost to the high of the day. We have a longer term VPOC somewhere around 662.22, and we'll see. Again, I mean, I don't know if there's so much catalyst in a bullish direction, but things have been dropped pretty hard as of late. It's been staying around the 666 for the last few days. I know every time I trade holy water, I gotta go to. I mean, every time I trade Tesla, I gotta go to confession. It's pretty crazy. ADBE. Bear retest. Also keep in mind, guys, this is a 3-day weekend. We are celebrating Juneteenth on Monday, the first time the stock market will be closed on a national holiday of Juneteenth. So keep that in mind. There will be not only some people maneuvering some options around, but I'm guessing there's going to be some people trying to get to safety or set up positions. So take that how you want it. This one right now, after hours, we are right above VPOC. Let me see. You're saying this is bear retest gap. Am I missing something on this one? ADBE. Lucian said, I didn't know that. Yep, you got a whole extra day to enjoy that Florida sun there, Lucian. Whole extra day. So here was a retest there. I have, oh no, never mind. Never mind. I didn't even see, that was so low. I didn't even see it on my chart. I thought we were just sitting there. I was like, I gotta be missing something. All right, let me flip this to a daily real quick, actually. Wow, these guys got clobbered, huh? Did they have, was it earnings? Looks like maybe earnings, potentially. Yeah, oof. Let me see if there's any, I'm not gonna get the VPOX from over here, but maybe we get some kind of level of support. I don't even see a real level of support. But yeah, technically it is a retest gap, and we've had a lot of selling coming into it. So yeah, you might be able to fade this one. This one probably fades to some extent. I would assume. I wish we were at a little bit more of a support. I guess we have a little bit, but nothing too crazy. But yeah, definitely one to watch for a fade. I mean, you have a lot of people already previously shorting this thing. Where's the highs of this? This thing was all the way at $700 and now sitting at 343 at open. Okay. For day trade wise, yeah, that could make some sense. All right, let's take a look at Apple. Apple actually not having too strong of an open right now. So Apple still on the weaker side of things. We've seen a lot of things from after hours, things like that, start to move higher than the 10 EMA. This one's still sitting below it. And we have yesterday's VPOC we still have to contend with as well. So 130.95 would be some kind of resistance at least. Let me see if there's anything else lower. We have all that volume we have to get through. That would be much higher though, somewhere in the 133 zone. Still doesn't qualify for 10 EMA though. We're not gapping outside of anything. I did say today I'm kind of expecting. I can't really expect anything in the markets anymore. We have a little bit of support right here, longer term on Apple, but again, it still looks relatively weak. But yeah, I'd be expecting more of an inside day, I think. I don't think we do anything too crazy in the markets today. But fool me once, and I've been fooled. I think that's the saying. MD reported its first case of Maryland reported its first case of monkeypox. We got monkeypox back. Man, I haven't heard monkeypox in a minute. Thought we had the vaccines already. I got every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I got to take a COVID booster, and Tuesdays and Thursdays I gotta do monkeypox boosters. Crazy. My whole week is full. It's pretty nutty. NVIDIA, decent gap into a little bit of resistance. Previous VPOC. We are slightly above the 10 EMA. Oh, no. That's an alarm. No. Yeah, we're in the middle of nowhere. We have probably equal risk to reward up and down. We are still below the 10 EMA. So probably inherently would be a little bit more short biased. If you want to go long, probably looking at 155.54, getting closer to that 10 EMA. Again, that would probably be the spot. I don't know if I'd be crazy enough to take a short when it's above it, but a better spot would be somewhere around 158.15. Again, kind of in no man's land. Could honestly push either way on that one. So I don't think we have great risk reward. And 10 EMA, we are just inside day. Wilmer, what is up, Wilmer? All right. Airbnb. Very close. Not shoot cattle meds once a month. That's true. If it works for the horses. I've been over here drinking bleach every day. I never felt so clean in my life. I like everybody's tactics of how to cure things. basically, anytime there's like a disease or illness or sickness, people just invent new ways to, you're like, nah, this is the way. If you drink Coca-Cola 6 times a day, it will just clean out any disease. This drug is sponsored by Coca-Cola. Like, oh, okay, got you. Not Airbnb, a little bit close. So we have 93.10. This one's been showing all sorts of weakness, still below the 10 EMA. Again, maybe we could find a little bit of double bottom-ish on Airbnb. We do look like we have tweezer bottoms down there. This looks like some kind of retest. We might be able to head long. For how long though, I don't know. If we get past that 10 EMA, we get a better target up to like 98.83. Greg says, no wonder I've been so healthy. Yeah, see? It's like the food pyramid chart that keeps on changing. Like this is the holy grail of what you should eat every day. 18 steaks, 45 sodas, 1 egg. And you're like, oh, okay. All right. Got you. And then 6 months later, like, all of that is bad for you. Don't do it. Boeing held up really nice yesterday. I must say, good job, Boeing. Market was tanking. This one was holding. So we have probably a little bit of strength in it in a longer term picture, a little bit of a double bottom-ish with one new lower low. So I'm not loving that new lower low. To the upside on this one, we're probably looking at maybe 136.04. Again, best price to look to try to buy it would be 133.38, somewhere in that zone. That would give you better risk reward to the upside, but it does have a little bit of room, maybe $2, something like that, before we really start getting into something crazy. Obviously, we're going to have to try to break some of those candles that came in at least, but not really a lot of volume in that area. And if we could actually get a nice little close above 134.63, honestly, not that much resistance to 138.83. So we could watch Boeing, but yeah, I mean, it's not looking that impressive. I mean, my youngest ate 4-egg omelet last night. It was ginormous. Square looks like a bearish retest gap. All right, we'll pull up Square next. Baba, nice gap on Baba. I believe, I don't know what the news was, but I believe there was Chinese news. And again, don't quote me on it. I forget exactly what it was. I just heard something about Chinese news, and Baba is gapping. So nice little gap on Baba. If we want to go long, the first spot to try to look long, probably somewhere around this 111.49. We might even see, maybe we get a quick drop, even if we get down to like 109.88, just because, again, you don't really want to chase things in this market. Things usually just come back to your price in bear markets. 116.35. Oh, Ant Group got approved to be a financial holding company. Got you. Yeah, I know Jack Ma was working on that one for a while. All right, good job, Jack Ma. Another company we probably won't see real numbers on, but we did have a nice gap. Let me see. Is this probably looks like a gap and go. Day to day, we are into a little bit of resistance. Overall, nice gap. Probably one to watch. Again, we've gotten to these areas before, and they haven't really panned out. We've been proven to have a little bit of resistance somewhere around that 118 zone anytime we've gotten up there. So this would give us about $6 to the upside. Again, probably the better bet is to see if we get some kind of pullback and then try to attempt to play it long. Falco says Tesla looks weak again. Let's see if Tesla changed it all. Pre-market. Yeah. My goodness. Did that just change? I feel like something just changed on this one. Did we get a quick little sell-off somewhere? Yeah. I would actually almost say it does look very weak, but we're getting closer and closer to the 633.53 zone. That would be the attempted spot, but it does look weak. I agree. We have good volume that came in. Obviously, usually you have higher volume at the close. So good volume at the close yesterday. We're still above that candle. Still right now above yesterday's VPOC. We have a few layers of volume coming in. Next stop on it would probably be 643.20 in the upper direction. And then looking at like 650, I've been kind of just waiting on probably a better time to short there. But we will see on Tesla at the open. So again, nothing really too crazy, nothing too impressive out of the gate. There's been a couple fades, potentials. Baba has a gap and go. For the most part, everything is just kind of hanging out. I'd have to give everything a couple minutes. And for the 10 EMA strategy, nothing is really qualifying. Teladoc looks like it's been drinking 6 Cokes a day. I mean, maybe if we get a little bit higher, maybe if we get to like 29.49, I know it's just hopes and dreams, but maybe we get to 29.49, 29.50. Next stop could be like 30, and then looking for like, so take partial at 30, take partial at like 30.20, and then 30.99 maybe, but that looks Matt says keep selling. Tesla, I'm assuming. Dollar Tree. At least Dollar Tree is above the 10 EMA. Again, kind of holding some of those pre-market moves. Otherwise, inside day for the most part. Decent gap on Roku. Minus the fact we are just sitting right at VPOC from 2 days ago. But we are almost technically above yesterday's high, very close to it. Not quite there. But this is where we did see that initial pop and fade yesterday. We tried to break it twice. And it looks like we are slightly above or at a relatively good resistance. We'll have to see how that one wants to react. If it could pick up any type of steam at all. Otherwise, I'd give that one probably five minutes to make a decision. Snapchat, $12.40 on the Snapperoo. This one actually has decent upside potential. Not a lot in the way till about $13.20. That's a decent move for a $12 stock. Again, I'd probably want to see a fade or retest and then go long. Yeah, $12.40. That's where I was like back in the day, I was buying it between like 8 and 13. So it's definitely back in my buy zone. The only difference right now is that the entire market is very suspect. Very suspect. DAL. So this one's on our list to trade. Inside day, not going to get the opportunity out of the gate for 10 EMA on this one. We'll see. I'll set an alarm on this one. Maybe we could get some kind of retest into the VPOC zone, which would be somewhere in the 29.54. And then to the upside, we got a decent amount of potential. We got 31.36 as stop number one. Crazy bullish day would take us to like 32.09. Otherwise, nothing too crazy there. Roku could potentially be a long. Yeah, I don't mind Roku long. It just has to get, to me, it just has to get a little bit higher. Or actually, you know what? It would probably have to get a little bit lower for me to get in. I'd probably want to buy this thing on a dip, 79.69. I don't know if I want to play this thing. Didn't we just look at this thing 2 seconds ago and already faded? Maybe it's a little spready. We got PayPal. PayPal looks like, oh, we got to check out Square too. I forgot. We were sitting right at the VPOC yesterday. Still kind of looking very weak. This would be a spot of interest, but I'd want to start to get that 10 EMA on an hourly chart down a little bit more. But yep, very close. And let me just take a look at Square before we have to say goodbye to YouTube friends. Shoot, that looks like technically it's a retest gap, but yeah, this is not holding up well. Not at all. Let me see a daily chart real quick. Yeah, it still kind of looks a little weak. Delta alarm went off, AMD went off, so we'll check those out. But everybody in YouTube land, unfortunately, this is the time I gotta say goodbye. You guys are incredible as usual, and we